Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sigourney Rosario, helping you to boss up in business, self-love, and in faith. Welcome back. So today we are talking about 2025 and everything that it taught us. So if you're interested, stay tuned and let's go ahead and hop into the video. The word that comes to mind for 2025 is growth. Growth. Like, I had so much growth in 2025 when it comes down to my business, when it comes down to my personal brand, when it comes down to my mental health, my spiritual health, to my finances, and then also when it comes down to just learning more about myself. I definitely think 2025 was the year of growth in good ways and in bad ways, but definitely it just showed me who I was and everything that I had the potential to become. The first thing that I've learned in 2025 is that I have more in me than I think. So I've always been, kind of sheltered growing up, and not to say anything bad about it, but there was a lot of things that I didn't really experience growing up. And so I think I kind of grew up like, not really. I mean, I've gone through a lot, don't get me wrong, I have gone through a lot, but this year 2025 has told me that I have more in me, I have more resilience in me than I thought. So I did go through 2 or 3 major, like, backstabbing, hard, what's the word I'm looking for, betrayals, and I've talked about that in an earlier video. And so I didn't know I could bounce back from that, y'all. I didn't know that I had the mental capacity to bounce back from that. I didn't know that I had the resilience in me to bounce back from that. Like, I talked about that in that earlier video about how I've never really gone through betrayal, like, in a real way. Like, obviously we have backstabbing, situations, but like, I've never really been betrayed in a way to where I didn't expect it, or like it just came out of nowhere. So when I say I have more in me than I believe or what I think, I mean, like, I just know that getting through those situations has taught me my resilience. It's taught me how much God loves me, how much he don't play about me. And it also just showed me I have more in me than I can think or even fathom. Another thing that I really discussed as well is that with Miss Military, I had the crown from, well, the whole 2025. So I'm actually, at the time of recording this video, I'm finna pass the crown to the next Miss Military. I didn't know that I had the ability to, like, do all these speaking engagements and do all this talking and all this stuff like that in front of the camera, even though I do this all the time. I just didn't know I had all that in me. So 2025 definitely taught me that I have the capability to, kind of put myself out there a little bit, so that's one of the main things, is that I learned I have a lot more in me than I thought. Number 2, the second thing I've learned in 2025 is that with higher levels come higher devils. When I tell you the devil was on my back, baby, that man was on my back. He was on my neck. Okay, he wasn't even on my back, he was on my neck. Like, I went through so much spiritual attack, y'all. People think like, oh, spiritual attack is like you going through this, you going through that, or they think of it as like the big stuff. But I see spiritual attack as someone having an attitude with me and I'm having to, like, respond back to them in a polite way. That's spiritual attack. It's the small little things. It's the fact that I was involved in a car accident, y'all. Like, what? And it was right down the street. So if you imagine, I'm always in Atlanta. And the fact that my car accident happened literally like 5 minutes from my apartment is wild. You know what I mean? I just felt like God was promoting me, but also the spiritual attack was getting so strong on my life, y'all. And so that is definitely the thing that I found out, is that when God elevates you, be ready for the spiritual attack, because it's definitely gonna come. Number 3, I have learned to let go of perfection in 2025. So I used to be a perfectionist. Sometimes I still kind of toddle between that and just really being my authentic self, but perfectionism really had me in a full-on chokehold in my earlier years. And this year I just was like, we all have flaws, and it's okay. Like, trying to be perfect is draining. Trying to do everything right all the time is draining. It's hard. It can lead to so much pressure, unnecessary pressure on yourself. And I think this was the year to where I finally just took off my mask, and I really was like, this is me. I struggle. I am nobody that is perfect. I struggle. Like, when people talk down to me, or when even like somebody's tone is like rude or nasty, I struggle. And I've had to deal with that my whole life, with women talking down to me or women trying me. Like, it's never been men. I have no issue with men, but with women, I feel like I'm always getting tried. Or people would, it could be like a waitress being rude to me. It could be like a person at a shopping center that's in the mall or something being rude to me. It's always something. And so I struggle with my flesh, because a part of me want to snap back and put them in a place. But God this year has been telling me, lock it up, lock it up. I got them. Just pray for them and keep it moving. So I feel like for me, that's one thing I've been able to learn, is that, hey, I'm not perfect. There are some times where I revert back to my old self. But as long as we're making progress, and as long as we are elevating and God is with you, look, you good. You don't gotta be perfect. Just lay it all out there and just be your authentic self. Number 4, this is a new thing that I'm actually trying out and practicing on a regular basis, is fasting. So I really want to become a new version of myself. Like, yes, I am right here and I'm good. I'm, very content with where I'm at, but I want to, step it up a little bit. So normally I'll fast with my church, and we'll just fast like during the new year and during Lent. But I really want to, again, boss up in every area of my life, y'all. It's hard. It is so hard telling your flesh no. Like, nobody signed up for this. Like, nobody wants to do that. But it has really shaped and molded me, and it's allowed me to get so much closer to God. And that's always the goal of it. But I mean, do I enjoy it? No. It's really only for a week, but it's every single month. And every single month I am locked in. Me and Big G, we are like this, and I'm really just telling my flesh no. And I feel like, y'all, I've unlocked another part of my brain. I can't really describe it, but I just have so much more clarity. I have so much more creative abundance, and that's definitely been one of my prayers. I have so much more discernment. So before, when I couldn't see people for who they are or different opportunities, now it's crystal clear. So that's another thing that I've really have been embracing in 2025, even towards the end of 2025, but definitely fasting and incorporating that into my daily, schedule. 5, I learned in 2025 that everyone does not have your best interest at heart. And I talked about this earlier. But I was betrayed. And I did not see it coming, y'all, which is crazy for me, because I was ignoring the signs, and God had been telling it to me, and I don't know what was happening. This year, the scales have been falling off my eyes, and I've been able to see people for who they really are. And it talks about in the Bible about how God, I think he was healing somebody, and it talked about the person had scales over their eyes. Like, they were able to see, but they weren't actually able to see. And through those 2 or 3 betrayals, like, it just taught me, like, girl, you gotta stop being naive. Okay, you gotta stop being naive. And I grew up, like I said, I was very sheltered. I had a lot going on in my life, though, which is crazy. I had so much going on in my life, so I shouldn't be this naive. But I think for me, I'm such a people person. Like, I love people, y'all. I'm an extrovert. When I am in my true state of a person, I am like the childlike version of myself. I am an extrovert, and I love people, and I feel people's pain, and I am just a people person. Like, growing up, they used to always say, girl, you was so hyper. Girl, you was so hyper. Girl, you was always talking. I used to always get in trouble at school for talking. Like, I am that person. So I think I just thought everybody else was like that. Everybody else cared. Everybody else loved as deeply as I did. And when I got betrayed them 2 or 3 times, oh, the devil was trying to harden my heart. He was trying to cause me to, like, be jaded and to not like people and to have my guard up all the time. And that's not me. Like, I will have my guard up in the beginning, but eventually it kind of, like, dwindles, and I become open. And this is in, intimate relationship. This is also with friendships, okay? This is also with professional relationships. So when I say betrayal, I'm not just, hopefully you're not just thinking intimate, because I'm really talking about friends and professional relationships. And so I learned over time, like, okay, Sigourney, don't change who you are, but, / we got to be a little bit more discerning. We can't just live in this la-la goo-goo world where you think everybody is just happy-go-lucky all the time for you. Everybody wants the best for you. Everybody is just, you know, this and that. Like, no, let's bring it down to earth, and we need to use common sense next time. So that is that. I just learned that everybody doesn't have your best interest at heart, and hey, you take it with a chin. They mess you up, they do you over. Just keep it moving and keep it pushing. Number 6, I learned it's okay to say no. So I, again, am a person to where if somebody wants to go do something, I try my hardest to move around stuff in my schedule to accommodate them. If they want me to do this for them or do that or go this place, and, you know, I'm always like, yes, 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 yes. But it started to wear me out and it started to burn me out because, y'all, I have a lot of friends. No, let me take that back. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. My friend circle is super tiny, but I do have a lot of, okay, run that back. I have a lot of associates. I do not have a lot of friends. I probably have maybe 5 or 6 friends and then a lot of associates. So I felt like I was just like pulled in so many directions, and you know, all these commitments, it just could be draining. And so I had to learn, baby girl, you're only one person. Okay? It's okay to say no. It's okay to say like, hey, not this time, maybe next time. So that's another thing that I learned. Number 7. I learned in 2025 that I can put myself out there. So we talked about this number 1, but I really put myself out there as far as my business, y'all. Miss Military stretched me. Like, y'all, I was doing speaking engagements. I hosted my first workshop in 2025. Yeah, I did my first workshop in 2025, and I hosted multiple workshops in 2025. Like, I was just like that girl. But it was only because Miss Military kind of forced me to be up there in the front. And I just felt so proud of myself that I was helping these young girls. I'm empowering them. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. But I just learned, you know what? You can put yourself out there. You can put your heart out there. You can put your mind out there. You can put your business out there. You can put your brand out there. And don't always think like nobody will want to book me. Nobody will want to pay me. I got paid this year for being a speaker, y'all. Okay, it wasn't like huge, okay, but it was something. So I'm like, you know, you got it. Continue to push yourself, grow yourself, keep God at the forefront, because you know that. But you know, you got what it takes to really, you know, level up in your life. Hey, this is the last thing that I've learned is it's okay to practice self-care, self-love. So this year I was outside, y'all. When I say outside, I'm not talking about clubs. I know that's what y'all refer to, but I really was outside this year. Like, your girl was living her best life. I attended so many festivals. I attended so many events in Atlanta. I attended so many different, like, I went to Houston this year. I went to South Africa. I went to another place, I think. Where else did I go? I went to a couple other places. I can't even remember. But like, I was outside and I still got so much done in my purpose. So I just, y'all, it just taught me, you know what? Work hard, play hard, Sigourney. It doesn't always have to be, you know, business, purpose, business. It doesn't have to always be like that. Like, let your hair down, enjoy yourself, live your best life. Let people treat you, let people love you, receive love, and more importantly, give love to yourself. And that's what this shit taught me, because at first, at one point, I was like, dang, I'm kind of outside a lot. But what I realized is that it brought me joy to be outside. Like I said earlier, I love people. Like, I love talking. I love meeting new people. One of my homegirls, she was like, girl, you always got a new friend. I said, and do. And do? Like, I just love meeting people, and this year really taught me that you can have that balance. It doesn't always have to be so business oriented, so, you know, purpose oriented. You can still enjoy your life and have fun. And so that's what 2025 has taught me. So I'm curious to hear from you. What did 2025 teach you? What are some lessons that you've learned? Make sure you comment it down below. If you're in need of some stationery, you know I got you. Make sure you check the link down below for self-love stationery. We have journals, notebooks, pens, stickers, and everything is affirming you. Also, if you need a coaching call, your girl is now a coach, and I appreciate all the love. I've been enjoying talking to you guys. The link is down below if you need coaching on self-love, self-confidence, business, professional, all the things. Check the link down below. And then lastly, if you need a free letter of encouragement, I said free. pretty much you write into my foundation, I handwrite a letter back to you 100% for free. Letters for Life Foundation. The link will be down below as well. As always, I love you, but most importantly though, God loves you. I will see y'all in my next video.